Hey guys, Tad here from Attack of the Killer Podcast with a new Patreon exclusive bonus video for you, the attackers, the most awesome supporters in the world. As Andy says, we're awesome because you're awesome. We can't do the show without you guys supporting it. So, no surprise if you've seen the title of this video, you're on our Patreon, you're watching these every week. I sort of gave you a heads up in the last video that I would be getting some more movies, so I thought about doing this like Insane Mike's 1 minute videos, but I have way too much. So Target every 3 months or so seems to do a buy two get one free movie sale, and then Amazon quickly follows suit and they do a copycat sale, but it's never quite as good. But if you are like me and you have some downtime at work and you can dig through everything on Amazon and Target and find the good deals, there are some to be had. Sort of depends on what you're looking for, but in my case, I find stuff that's about average or a little, or I mean, obviously, if you can find stuff below average, even better. But some of their stuff's usually marked up or at retail, like suggested retail, so it's not a great deal. Like the Criterion titles on Target are usually like $30. So by the time you buy two, they average about $20, which is the same price as you get on the Criterion sales or on Amazon's Criterion sale. But anyways, if you dig for deals and find stuff at cheap prices, you can make some really good steals. And I always recommend finding 3 titles that are within a few dollars of each other because they give you the cheapest one free. So doesn't really help you save anything if you buy like two $50 titles and a $10 title. You're just going to get $10 off. So, I mean, free is free, but find stuff that's equally matched and you get the best deal. So anyways, I have a lot of Amazon gift cards left over from Christmas, so I hoard them like a squirrel hoarding acorns, and I wait for a rainy day, these sales. And so I'll show off my Amazon scores first. I got the American Genre Film Association or Archive Scary Movie disc. I actually got a used copy on Amazon for $15, and then I paired it with 2 other movies. And this is usually like a $30 disc on its own, so I got a real good steal on it. It just didn't have a shrink wrap. Otherwise, it's like brand new. And their Blu-rays are jam-packed with great stuff. They find the weird and occult stuff and make great releases. So like I said, double disc, has the DVD and Blu-ray, and I haven't seen this, but it has John Hawkes in it. It is highly recommended by a lot of people as like a proto Scream. It's very meta, so I'm excited to check that out. So scary movie. Got The Curse of Frankenstein, which was another blind buy. I've heard a lot of great things about it. I need to ramp up my Hammer horror and Gothic horror watching, so I had to check this one out, and it was at the right price, so added that. And then one we covered on the podcast recently, Dr. X on Blu-ray. The copy I watched online looked like shit, so I was happy to find a restoration, a really nice Blu-ray copy. The Last Dragon, a cult classic. I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but it's a lot of fun. It's a kung fu movie. Fantastic stuff. Another blind buy that I had has become highly recommended is Rolling Thunder with Tommy Lee Jones and William Devane. It's a Shout Factory release, so had to check that out. And then, of course, The Lighthouse, which I really love. Finally got this. I'm surprised I didn't own it already. And yeah, it was buy two, get one. So you might think, oh man, Tad, you got a lot of movies. Well, that was just from Amazon. Let's go through my Target haul real quick. Picked this one up in store. Not a huge fan of the movie, Rob Zombie's 31, but it's a beautiful steelbook. And I looked on the back, and it has a 2-hour documentary on the making of the movie, and I love those documentaries that Rob Zombie does, so worth getting just to check that out in this really cool case. And, you know, I'll give it another shot. I saw it in theaters once and have never watched it since, and it was on sale for $13. And then I also got 2 other movies for free, or I guess you could say I got this one for free. So So yeah, had to pick that up. Pig with Nicolas Cage, a really fantastic movie. Not a horror movie, but one of my favorites of the last year. I'm surprised that it did not get much award acclaim this year, but really fantastic. Another one I listed as one of my favorites, Saint Maud, a fantastic, brooding, sad, like a A24 movie. And I love that these all have slips. People go nuts for the slip covers. Two I was surprised I did not own already, but when these sales come about, I try to fill up my collection. Freaky with Vince Vaughn, one of my, my second favorite, I think, of 2020. And then Ready or Not, my favorite of 2019, I think. Yeah, fantastic movies. Stoked to finally add them to the collection so I can rewatch. One we covered on the show, When a Stranger Calls. And I love these VHS-looking slips that make it look like it's a tape. It's sort of cool. It's just a regular movie underneath. But that slip cover has me sold, and it was so cheap, I just had to snag it. I got a blind buy. Many people in the Facebook group have recommended this one. The Wraith, Charlie Sheen and Randy Quaid. It has a really cool cast. Looks like a blast. Is one of the Vestron videos. Blind buy it. Figure why not? Buy two get one free. I had a Target card to use up too. Texas Chainsaw 3D. Not my favorite of the franchise, but a 3D Blu-ray. I'm excited to check out the 3D on it, and really a pretty fun movie. One I covered on First Time Podcast with Andy was The Eyes of Laura Mars, written by Mr. John Carpenter. Had to add that to my Carpenter collection. Another Tommy Lee Jones. And last but not least, a 4K copy of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I loved this book when I was a kid, and the 4K copy was at the right price. And this will be a fun rewatch every Halloween season. So, yeah, I added a lot of movies to my collection. I'm going to run out of shelving again, so I'll have to add another shelf. But it's always great to stock up during these buy two get one sales. I promise you that I'm not getting paid by Target or Amazon. I just love snagging and finding deals. So, excuse me, again, thank you guys so much for being awesome supporters, attackers. You guys are the shit. I love you. Leave a comment below. I'll reply on our Patreon. And again, thanks so much. We'll see you guys on the next Horror Hangout and on the next episode of Attack of the Killer Podcast. See ya.